The women guardians brings food to Idaho's lonesome. Starting the festival, the summons of women began. Where did these women wrestling come from? On par with the men. This is also happened in the prison episode where men are put in the same cage with women. And women are sent on patrol with men. And who cares that it's a prison? Considering that the show's narrative began to change in season 3, and considering that the show wasn't renewed this type, despite the fact that there was martial arts, there was opportunity, it means the creators are fed up with the narrative. Add women, reduce men, add soccer suppression, add lesbians, add black men, basically everyone possible. That's how it all ended up, breaking down the narrative. Well, I think the beginning of a broken narrative since season 3. The creators simply left at the right time and ended the serial correctly, how they could. Well, it could have been different, like with Abatar. In the Game of Thrones, for example, things went downhill completely from certain points. It would have been the same in Abatar. I think the creators did the right thing by leaving when they did. Hakoda! Sokka's dad is holding a military meeting. He says he will storm the capital of the Japanese people, Abatar will kill the emperor, and everything will be fine. The main attack will be during the eclipse, while lasts 8 minutes. This is why Longfilm told Abatar's team to fuck off with this plan. The eclipse lasts 8 minutes. Preparing for an invasion requires a huge investment of resources and people. For an 8-minute head start, that's not guaranteed to work. For example, American industry spent 5 years preparing to the invasion to Europe. Historically summary, the Americans didn't enter World War II because they were on another continent, and it takes a huge investment to prepare and redeploy the forces to the mainland. Considering that the Germans have submarines that will bombard your ships with Achtung and interfere. So it took 5 years to invade, a huge amount of time and effort to prepare. Just to give you an idea to the scale, the question is, what can you do for 8 minutes? Some people don't even have time to eat for this time, or go to the bathroom in 8 minutes. How can you carry out a successful coup in 8 minutes? The plan is so unrealistic that it's clear why only idiots and relatives shows up at the military meeting, because only complex idiot and degenerate who can think beyond 8 minutes could support such shit idea. Zuka Zayson disarmed himself and writes a letter. The exact letter is not clear for the narratives, but we do see in detail that Zuka Zayson removed the prince legacy from Suzan's great-great-great-father, the artifact Roku which Idaho's lonesome gave him. Basically, he's renounced the inheritance because he had another brilliant and realistic plan from Ozai. So Abatar and his team wants to successfully end the war in 8 minutes, and they in turn want to repeat the Nanking Massacre X5 and wipe out all Chinese, and they will be definitely defeat everyone, and all resistance will come to nothing. A brilliant plan, I like it. It really can compare to that another brilliant plan from Braveheart, where King decided to introduce the right of the first night, which by the way never existed, in order to conquer the Scots. How that will work is completely unclear, but it will work. That's why Zuko is tired of the controversy and is writing a letter to me. Then he will come to Ozai to talk, express everything he thinks and what decision he's make. And then he will set off on his journey. And it doesn't matter what decisions Zuko Zayson makes. What matters is that he makes it himself, not a decision imposed from someone outside, and he has the absolutely moral and dynastic right to do so. For he has given the hair artifact, an artifact that Azuli Pussy doesn't have, an artifact that Azai doesn't have, an artifact that has been passed down through generation to Idaho's Lonesome, and from Idaho's Lonesome to Zuko Zayson. Zuko Zayson, the owner of the relic, is essentially the head of the clan. It's not official yet, but the fact is the dynasty continues on his shoulders, not on anyone else, not on Azai with his unrealistic plans, not on Azuli Pussy because she's obviously a woman, but on Zuko Zayson. He is the crown prince. The Abatar team approached the gate of Aslan. They created a fake curtain for the subsequent assault, and to counter them, the Japanese people block the passage with a rope. What do you think they do with rope? That's right, fire it. So the crab is supposed to stop the stormtrooper. You set it on the fire, so it burns away by the time the stormtroopers arrive, as they can safely pass by. It's unclear who's blamed for this. The scriptwriter, the creator, the brilliant architect of Japanese people, or man, this is a brilliant solution of the sexual phase. The second most important siege weapon against stormtroopers was after boiled shit on the enemy's head. The Abatar's team storms the ships with battlewomen. The battlewomen leading the anti-storm squad with impact men find no one. Then they blow up the ships. Turns out it was circus ruse, and they switch to submarines. Well, first of all, great clever interruption. So we were expecting a brawl near the Long Gate, but it turns out the brawl will be elsewhere under different circumstances. That's cool, but why the fuck do you have a woman leading the anti-assault squad? A woman who's leading fucking combat operation, and she's the command of the not a brigade but a squad. So you have a dozen women, and how the army is made up with women. Where have you seen this shit besides movies and TV shows? They also call women sir. This sir has been corrupted beyond belief, and now it's applied to women. Well, it's ridiculous. Sir, it's a title. It's addressed to a nobleman from a military corporation, get armored, or at least sword-wielding, professional soldier who kills men and had to earn a name for himself of this. And now they call anyone and everyone sir. Ridiculous. Let's call horses with sir. I forget, there is movies that calling it right. Cool. And then there is woman, which is completely inapplicable to reality. 1,000 times more ridiculous. Of course, it's translation issues, but it still thinks and leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Even better than calling someone a sir. I don't understand, it's like calling women a bachelor. Knight without women.